Hey there, welcome back to my channel. I am standing in front of my groceries today. I was all prepared to do a grocery haul for you for this upcoming week of meal prep, which we'll still do a grocery haul, but here's the problem. Walmart Plus delivery. We've had Walmart Plus for a long time, probably 3 years since they started it. We love it, but it kind of ebbs and flows. Recently, it has not been so good, and I think the problem is more so with the delivery people and the staff, not like the program. The program is great in theory, but it takes execution, right? Here's my whole order, and here's all the items that I didn't receive. That's a problem when you're trying to make a meal prep. So it's $61 in items that I did not receive, which is so annoying. You know how it is. You need all of this. So this means that I still, despite my best efforts last night, I made my whole grocery list. This is something that I'm going to be doing for you this week as well for the next meal prep that I put out. I'm making you a grocery list. I'm making you recipes that will be printable. I am making you a prep list of things if you want to do them a little bit earlier and kind of break up the work of the meal prep a little bit. So that is all coming to you, and I hope that you're going to enjoy that if you want to try out a meal prep, or maybe you do a meal prep regularly or whatever. So anyway, the recipes is my special light. I think maybe this is not my day. It has been a Monday for me though. I went to work this morning and I didn't realize until I actually got to work, sat down, started clicking on my mouse. I'm like, what's the problem here? My computer. I had no computer at work. I took it home last week. No, didn't even bring it to work with me. So I was computerless. I just turned around, headed right back home and said, okay, well, we'll work at home this morning. So that's what I've been doing and waiting on this delivery. I'm gonna get to it in just 2 seconds. And yeah, and now I didn't even get most of my delivery. So I was planning to sort of work on my meal prep some today, but I don't have the ingredients to complete not one single recipe. So I'll tell you what I have here, and then maybe once I get all of this stuff, I'll pop back in and tell you what I went and got to finish up. So I have 4 recipes that are going to be in this meal prep. And I'll tell you what they are. Lemon herb chicken and roasted veggies. That'll be the first one. Mexican chicken bowls. This is going to be a different one than I did the first time. Turkey and vegetable skillet. That is sort of a saucy ground turkey meal. And then sheet pan, sausage, broccoli, and sweet potatoes. So that's what we have gotten some groceries for, plus a few other items that are just kind of like our staples. So let me put this down and I'll show you. So for the sheet pan meal, I have some broccoli. I actually have 1 head of broccoli still in my refrigerator from this past grocery run that I did. I didn't end up using it yet. So some green onions just to throw on top of whatever I want to throw them on top of. For that turkey skillet, it takes some baby spinach, and it will also get these mushrooms, I believe 1 bell pepper. What I'm missing for that is like some diced tomatoes, canned diced tomatoes. Because like I said, it kind of cooks down into a sauce. And then our cat, we have a cat now. My son had a cat, and so the cat is now living with us. His name is Tango, and he is a wild orange cat. He's running up and down the hallways at the moment. Okay, so back to the meal prep. I grabbed some zucchini because one of the dishes calls for zucchini. I can't remember which one. Oh, it's this lemon herb chicken and the roasted veggies. So it's got zucchini as a veggie, bell pepper, and broccoli in that one. So we'll have 2 dishes with broccoli in them this week, I believe. Okay, so I've got some ground turkey for that turkey skillet. The chicken breast will be in the Mexican chicken balls. And then I grabbed boneless, skinless thighs for the baked lemon herb chicken because I'll probably like that one more, and I prefer chicken thighs. And then here is the sausage for the sheet pan meal. Now I planned turkey sausage. I received beef sausage, so all manner of just differences in my orders here. So I'll have to go back and adjust my recipe for beef sausage instead of turkey sausage. Probably a few more calories in that if I can guess. And then I also grabbed 2 salads because sometimes for Alan, he likes to have a little bit of salad with whatever meal prep I'm doing for dinner. just to bulk it up and make it a little bit more filling for him in the evenings. I grabbed some Italian seasoning because I was just out of this, and one of the meals, I believe the skillet recipe also calls for Italian seasoning. This is my absolute all-time favorite yogurt. There goes the cat. All-time favorite yogurt here. This is the only one that we get, and sometimes I'll mix it with like a no sugar added fruit cup and maybe a tiny sprinkling of granola or that Catalina Crunch. I did order that Catalina Crunch cereal. I did not receive it. That's on the list. And then this is my favorite creamer. This is the best one in my opinion. It's unsweetened, completely unsweetened, no sugar substitutes, no sweetener at all, and it's toasted marshmallow. So for my sugar in my coffee, I use the skinny syrups. So I'll get like a salted caramel or whatever skinny syrup flavor that I like. I just recently ordered some more of those also. So I'll show you those when they come in, because they are truly actually very good. And used to, probably 10 years ago now, when we were doing keto and things like that, we tried a bunch of different, you know, sugar substitutes and all that. It was fairly new at that time, like monk fruit and stevia and all those were fairly new then, to be, you know, readily available. But now I feel like the sugar substitute things are so much better than they used to be. I'm not talking about just plain stevia and stuff, but like things that actually have sugar substitutes in them, they just taste so much better than they used to. Still takes a little bit of getting used to if you're going straight from regular sugar to a sugar substitute, but they taste way better than they used to ever taste. Because when we did keto and things all that time ago, I wouldn't even make sweets because I couldn't do it. I couldn't take that flavor. There was no sugar substitute at that time that I liked, so I was just like, nah, no thank you. So another thing I'm going to be making this week, in addition to those 4 recipes, I just wanted to make it a little bit more, I just wanted to have a little bit more variety. That's why I'm doing 4 different things. So I'm making the same amount of meal preps, 10 for Alan, 10 for me, 5 days of lunch, 5 days of dinner for each of us. But I just made the recipes a little bit smaller, and I'm doing, you know, just to have 2 different options for each meal, or whatever, 4 different options in total. That way we don't get burned out on it so quickly. We still usually power through and eat whatever I have made, but you do start to get a little burnout towards the 4th, 5th day. You're like, I don't really want to eat this again. But it's been going good otherwise. Last week I did not meal prep per se, because we have had some things going on here. In the past 6 weeks, we have had 2 electrical fires here. Separate places, completely separate places. One was on the backside of our guest house building, and it really set the whole building on fire. Thankfully, the fire didn't go to the inside. It just burnt the exterior wall of that building. So we put all that back together about a month ago. That was the case. And then this past week, we had a fire in our transfer switch. So here in Louisiana, it's pretty common for people to have whole home generators. We have one of those. Well, there's like a box on the wall next to where your power comes in that flips that generator on and turns it off when the regular power comes back. Well, that box caught fire when the regular power came back on one day, because we're having some sort of issue here in our neighborhood with the power going out frequently because it's raining every day, and then it's gone out 5 times in the past 2 weeks. So anyway, something happened in that box and it caught fire the other day when the power flipped back on. Luckily, Alan was here. He was literally standing right there by the box because he was dealing with the generator, and was able to catch it and deal with it quickly. But then we didn't have power, regular power, for 2 days. We had generator power for 2 days, which means we're real limited on like washing clothes, you know, just all the kind of extra things. Lights and air and all that stuff is fine, but can't really use the stovetop because it uses so much power. Can't really, because we don't have gas appliances, unfortunately. Would be a good investment one of these days. Anyway, I'm just rambling on now. All that to say, we didn't meal prep last week. We just kind of winged it, and it was not the best week we've ever had. So I'm ready this week to get back to it. So anyway, okay, I need to go now, put all of this away and go back to the store. Actually go to the store and get the rest of the things. So after I go to the grocery store and get the rest of those things, I'll be back and I'll show you exactly what else it takes to complete this coming up meal prep. Okay friends, I am back. It is the next day. There is the Tango cat in the window there. But I wanted to show you the rest of this grocery haul for this week's meal prep that I'm doing, getting ready to make this week's meal prep, and I finally got all the groceries that I need for that. So I'll flip you around and I'll show you exactly what else I needed. A few more items here. I just got it home. I popped by work for a little while, got a few things done there, and then had to go through Walmart, which luckily we have one that is right on the way home from our office. So that is lovely. And let me just show you exactly what else I needed. So some of this stuff is for meal prep, some is just stuff that I needed. So I'll start with these. These are Premier Protein drinks, which typically I'm drinking Nuri protein drinks, but I wanted to give these a try because they do have some singles available of these at my Walmart. So this one is a caramel and this one is chocolate peanut butter, which that sounds great. I will definitely be trying that one first probably. I am using those protein drinks in my coffee usually to make a protein coffee. So I'll drink like 1 cup of regular coffee in the morning and then I will have a protein coffee to go. Usually I'll take that with me to work or something like that. So I'll have that as my kind of second drink. Anyway, okay, so also I am loving this hazelnut coffee by Dunkin' lately, and I don't always love hazelnut, but this one is not overpowering in flavor, so I do like that. So it's got good flavor, but it's not like way too much. A couple of things of small boxes of Kleenex because we just needed that. Haven't been buying Kleenex, but sometimes, you know what? I just want a tissue, a regular tissue. Okay, Alan loves this Nature Valley granola. Basically, it's just the bars crushed up into pieces. So they probably just repurposed the broken things and put it into this, which it's delicious, of course. I use it from time to time, but it's not really my go-to because it's not like the most healthy of things. Has a good bit of sugar and stuff in it. And really no protein to speak of, but it's not the worst. It's just a little something to go on top of your yogurt or whatever. These are still my favorite of all of the water flavors that I have tried. I like the flavors, but I also love that they don't have any color in them. So they're not like super bright red or anything like that. They're just clear flavors for waters. So I really like that. The flavor of these is really nice too. This is something that Alan likes from time to time. It's a lemonade, you know, sugar-free, but it has energy. I think it has a little bit of caffeine. Well, a little more than a little bit, 120 milligrams of caffeine. So he'll drink one of those from time to time. We had been having a hard time getting those on our order, but they did have them in stock, so I went ahead and got those. Cosmic Crisp apples. Alan is addicted to these. He eats one every single day, so I try to keep those in stock around here. The sweet potatoes are for my meal prep, so I needed those. Onions also for the meal prep, and then I grabbed a couple of avocados to top my I'm doing kind of a Mexican chicken bowl for this week as one of the recipes, so the avocados for that. I grabbed a couple of nectarines. Last week we had some nectarines and they were very good, so I grabbed 2 more of them. Lemons are for the meal prep. They're going into one of the chicken dishes that I'm doing. These green chilies are for the meal prep. They're going into that Mexican chicken. I replaced the salad that we ate last night from yesterday's order because this is really our favorite one probably. The Asian style is just so good. It's got the perfect level of crunch and the dressing is delicious. So if you haven't tried that one, give it a go. And then these petite diced tomatoes, I only needed 1 can. I went ahead and ordered 2 just to throw it in the pantry, but I will be using that in my meal prep today as well. And then some dog treats for the dogs. Millie is really the smallest dog, is the one who really loves these, but all of them eat them. So, all right, well, there goes the doorbell, so I better grab it.